At night, a house waits in silence. It is not built from wood or stone, but from the echoes you have carried, the weariness that lingers when the world goes quiet. Its rooms are familiar, though you've never walked them. They are shaped from effort that wore you thin, from masks you forgot to remove, from silences that stretched too wide to cross, from numbness that settled like dust upon the floor. This is the house where tiredness lives. Its walls breathe with your hidden ache. Its floorboards remember each step you tried to bury. Its windows hold the reflections you could not face. And tonight you are not here to repair it. You are here to wander gently, to notice, to breathe. The door has always been open. You may enter now. The first door opens into a crowded room. The air is thick, carrying the dust of unfinished things. Papers scatter across the floor like fallen leaves, lists half-written, plans abandoned mid-thought. Dreams drafted but never carried to completion. A lamp flickers in the corner, its glow bending low over the clutter, illuminating promises you once made to yourself, each one waiting like a ghost that refuses to leave. Even the victories stored here feel muted. Trophies lean in silence, their shine dulled, their meaning diminished, as though accomplishment itself cannot escape the weight of this place. The walls seem alive with murmurs. They lean close, whispering in rhythm, the same weary refrain: not enough, not enough, not enough. The words settle like dust on your shoulders, heavier with every breath you take. This room does not rage. It does not shatter. It erodes, like waves smoothing stone. It wears you down grain by grain, until your reflection looks like someone who has poured out everything and still believes it was too little. And here in the stillness, you begin to understand. The weight has never been only in the work itself. It has lived in the scales tilted against you, in the shifting standards that kept moving farther, in the voices that praised your strength, but always demanded another piece. Yet no finish line gleams in the shadows. No applause rises from the dust. Only your breath remains, shaky, fragile, but alive. So let the striving rest here. Let the word failure unravel in the silence. These scattered papers cannot name you. This dim room cannot define you. You are not the sum of what remains undone. You are the one still standing, still breathing, still whole. The next room waits behind a narrow door. When it opens, you are met with light. Not warm, but sharp and cold, spilling across walls made entirely of mirrors. Every surface reflects you back, not once, but dozens of times. And in every reflection, a smile is waiting. Some bright, some polite, some almost radiant. But the eyes never change. They remain hollow, a little too still, a little too tired. This is the room of performance. The place where laughter is rehearsed, where nods are perfected, where the world sees only what you allow. And for a time, it worked. The applause came, the questions quieted, and the mask grew so familiar, you began to think it was your skin. But tonight, the mirrors do not flatter. They reveal the hairline fractures, tiny cracks running beneath the porcelain surface. Every smile holds, but only barely. You sense how thin it is, how fragile the disguise has become. This room does not accuse you. It waits. It listens. And in the silence it asks, how long can you keep dividing yourself? How long can the mask breathe, while the soul beneath it gasps for air? You rest your hand against the cold glass. The reflection trembles, and for a moment you glimpse something unguarded. No performance, no disguise, just the softness of your own weary face. And it is not frightening. It is not shameful. It is real. The world will not collapse if your smile slips. The walls will not crumble if your laughter fades. Even without a mask, even with trembling lips and tired eyes, you are still whole. And wholeness, even weary, is enough. The next door opens quietly, and at first you think the room is full. Voices drift across the air, 100 conversations rising and falling like waves. Laughter ripples from unseen corners. Footsteps move just beyond your sight. Yet when you step inside, the sound feels distant, as though a pane of glass has been lowered between you and the world. You can see the shapes of connection, the tilt of heads bending together, the flutter of hands punctuating a story, the quick burst of joy spilling from lips. But none of it touches you. It passes by like wind through a window left open, felt for a second, gone before it ever warms your skin. Here presence itself becomes absence. The more voices fill the air, the deeper the silence settles in your chest. It is not the loneliness of an empty room. It is the loneliness that hides inside company, the ache of being unseen while standing in plain sight. You ache not for more words, but for one glance that lingers, for one soul to notice the weight you carry. Yet the conversations circle endlessly, bright as fireflies you cannot catch. And still, this room does not strip you away. Even when unseen, you remain. Even when unheard, your heartbeat marks the silence. You are not erased because no one names you. Your presence matters even when it echoes back only to you. So let the voices blur to a hum. Let the crowd drift like smoke beyond the glass. Here in the quiet, you are not abandoned. You are still here, and being here is already enough. The last room is dim, almost colorless. Shadows soften the edges, and the air holds a stillness so heavy, it feels like sound itself has given up. Even your own steps fade as they fall, as though the floor is tired of carrying echoes. This is not a room of grief. It is not sorrow burning hot, nor despair tearing through the walls. It is quieter than all of that. This is the room where even feeling has grown weary. The walls seem wrapped in thick wool, muting every thought, smothering every spark, before it has the chance to flare. Here, even sadness feels like too much work. Tears will not come. Anger cannot rise. The body curls inward, holding nothing but a silence that stretches wide and unbroken. You remember the sound of laughter once, bright and alive, but here the memory flickers faintly, like a candle flame seen through fog. It is there, but distant, untouchable. This numbness is both mercy and cruelty. Mercy, because it spares you the sting of feeling. Cruelty, because it leaves you hollow, adrift in a gray expanse, where even hope seems muted. And yet, even in this muted place, something remains. The soft rhythm of your breath, the faint pulse at your wrist, the fragile insistence of life itself, refusing to vanish. This room will not last forever. It is not an ending. It is a pause, a protective silence, a strange survival until warmth can return. So let the quiet hold you. Let the numbness be a temporary shelter. For even here, stripped of feeling, you are still here. And being here is already enough. At the end of the hallway, a final door waits. It does not tower or threaten. It stands quietly, almost ordinary. Yet something in its stillness feels different. This is not a door of escape. It is not the promise of some brighter house beyond. It is simply a resting place, a threshold where you can set down the weight of keys and stop wandering from room to room. You do not have to live forever, inside effort, inside masks, inside silence, inside numbness. The rooms are yours, but they are not the whole of you. Here on the threshold, you are free to pause, not to fix, not to prove, only to breathe. At the threshold, you pause. The house behind you hums with its familiar weight, yet here the air is softer, lighter. No lists waiting to be finished. No mirrors demanding performance. No voices you cannot reach. No numb silence pressing down. Only breath. The slow rhythm of your chest rising and falling. The gentle pulse beneath your skin. Not fixed, not finished, but alive. And in this quiet moment, aliveness is enough. Here, stillness is not emptiness. It is shelter. It is proof you can rest without vanishing. This house of exhaustion is not the whole of you. Its rooms may hold your effort, your masks, your silence, your numbness, but they do not contain your entire being. You are more than unfinished lists, more than practiced smiles, more than the ache of loneliness or the quiet of fatigue. Even here you remain, breathing, present, alive enough to keep walking, alive enough to keep resting. So when you step beyond this threshold, carry this truth with you. You are still here, and that matters. And if these rooms feel like yours, you are not alone. More gentle prayers wait here for you.